G'day. Welcome back to TF Custom Shaving Brushes Workshop. My name's Tony. How are we doing all? All well, I hope. It's always tough at the beginning of the week, isn't it? Tuesday. Anyway, hopefully everyone is smashing. Let me just pull the screen up till we see who's in. Cool, T-Man. T-Man's in the house. Yes, you got the right time, buddy. Razor. Good afternoon to you, Razor. Brett, how are you, buddy? Sam sends his apologies. Oh yeah, studies, yeah. That's all good. We'll accept his apology, won't we? What do you reckon? I might just give these specs a little bit of a wipe before we get started. Now, I have got all the blanks that we cast over the last 2 or 3 streams. I've got all those blanks photographed, and I'm going to start scheduling all those into YouTube for up and coming streams. But what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and split in between each one of them and slip something else in just for something different. Now it may be that I might have to still do shaving brushes because I'm waiting on T-Man's rhodiums arriving. They should arrive any time now. I got a message from Sir Jan the other day saying that he was ready to send them along with a couple of others for me, so hopefully I should get them soon. I did order all my resin and a few more really nice pigments which you'll be interested to see down the track. They're not green though, Brett. I don't think any of them were green actually. I think there's a lot of purples, and I've got some new flake stuff to put in resin as well, so we'll see how that transpires. I'm also going to try and get in the resin, the silicone, making the silicone mold one for the fox bowl. I'm going to try and slot that one in somewhere as well, so I'll have to put a little bit of thought and a little bit of time into that one, but we'll try and get that one in. And obviously a few others along the way as well. And if any customer brushes drop in between times, or if I've got to do any other casting, then I will do as well. I think I do have 1 or 2 castings I've got to do, which will need to be fairly soon, so I might even cast even in an earlier stream, and then we can get on with doing some of the other stuff. By the way, those blanks that we cast over the last 2 or 3 days, I'm really pleased with them. I did put up some photographs in the Patreon site for the Patreon members. So you have got to see them all, even the ones that were left in the pot, so you've got to see them. I do have them all over the back here. If we get a chance later, we'll show them, but if not, they're on the Patreon page. So yes, T-Man, we might be able to finally get your ones finished, mate. Well, I know the other 2 are done, but we might get the other one finished now and get that on its way as well. So we just need to finalise that one with you and get it locked in, and then we can get that made when the knot gets here, and we can move on from there. Okay. So yeah, so it's all good. Okay, I'll turn it down a bit. There is the odd track there, isn't there, that gets a little bit loud. That volume there should be okay now, yeah? How's that volume? Is that volume okay for the music? I still want the music to be heard in the background, but I don't want it to be too loud. So I've turned it down 2 or 3 clicks, so it should be a lot better now. I'm actually looking at my mic volume, and the mic volume's down a little bit too, so I don't know why, because I haven't changed nothing there. Let me just have a quick check, and we'll have a quick lookie, and we'll maybe take that up. Let me take that up a little bit more just for the final volume, probably around there. That's maybe clipping a little. No, it's not too bad, only if I yell. I've got a bad habit of yelling when I'm talking. It's just a Scottish thing. I'll take that down just a tiny little tad, probably to there, and that should give us a little bit more volume, maybe a little bit more down. I'd reckon maybe about there. That should be not too bad for the overall volume, and that should put the voice up louder as well. Okay, all good now. The music's probably a little bit low now. Again, it'll just depend on what tracks we've got there, but we'll see how we go anyway. Anyway, tonight I thought we'd do something a little bit different. I've said we were going to do a couple of different things and we haven't managed to get around to it yet, but we're going to do this one tonight. Now, I'm not 100% sure on what this wood is. I mean, it could be a piece of Jarrah, although it doesn't look quite dark enough for Jarrah. So I'm not 100% sure what this is. It was given to me some time ago from one of my customers, and I thought I'll grab that and we'll turn that into a little bottle opener. It's just big enough in diameter hopefully, to actually make a bottle opener. And it'll be nothing fancy, it'll just be a simple, nice little bottle opener. And I've got a nice gold fitting that will go in the end of it. So once we're finished turning it, that'll go in the end. So what I'll do is I'll actually mark that now, the depth for the thread to go into the timber, and I'll make sure that when I drill it, I'll make sure that I go past that point, and then we'll be right to shape the handle. All right. So we've got the volume sorted. We're all happy. I went on that the shaving cadre today, later on this afternoon actually, and just had a bit of a quick look. Yeah, so I've seen you guys posting in there with Grey Dog and seen the handles he's done for you. What a great fella, aye, doing that sort of thing. Absolutely fantastic, good to see. Anyway, I'm just going to start drilling this. So I've selected an appropriate drill bit to take that thread size. Let me go to that camera. So this thread size here, I want it to be tight but not too tight. I don't want it to actually be threading into the wood because I'm going to epoxy that into the wood. So I've selected a drill bit which I think might be the next one, and if it's too tight we can jump up to the next one anyway. And you'll see there I've marked on slightly longer than the length of the thread. So what I'm going to do now is I've got these special jaws that hold square blanks and keep them in the centre. So there's only two jaws on the chuck, as you'll see there, and I'm going to use them to drill because you can't get any more central than drilling on a lathe. So I'm going to use that to actually to drill the blank, so we get the hole bang in the centre. We won't have it too fast, and then we'll just bring it in a touch. And we'll just slowly drill that out. Slowly to get started, let the drill bit cut. Probably still a little bit too fast. That's probably a better speed. So you can see there already the drill bit wants to wander a little bit. So I'm just giving it a guide and a bit of a help with my thumb on the drill bit there. And then once it gets started and it's okay, then I'll release my thumb away from there and get it clear of the bit. So there we go. So we've got a nice clear of the bit. Just keep clearing it. And what I'll do is I'll actually take a size now for that. So I want that to be about, say, 35, should give us heaps enough. And we've currently got, yeah, so 35 there, and if I mark, say 35, 40 on the drill bit, then that should give us the right depth. slightly over. I want it slightly over so that, you know, like I said, we can get plenty of epoxy in there. And we'll check that hole size now. Just with the so that's just a nice snug fit in there. So that's fantastic. That's what I wanted. I didn't want it too loose. I don't want to be having to put a ton of epoxy in there, but I wanted it snug and tight, but not so that it was forcing the timber apart. So we've got that. I'm happy with that. So now that we've done that, I can put a live centre back in there, and we'll also release the blank so that we can get a little bit more length on it, because I haven't really decided on what shape handle at this point. I'm really only just doing it as I go. I don't have a particular shape. Now you'll see that I'm not going to lock that in really tight either. I'm just going to put it in there so that it holds it in place and it can't come off. If I put it in too tight, because that's a cone live centre, it would actually force the timber to split. It would separate the timber somewhere in the grind, and it would cause that to split. So it's really only, it's in there, as you can see, it turns with the timber, but it's really only in there just to hold that timber till we turn the timber round and do a bit of shaping, and then we can part off this end, and then we've got a handle. We can set the gold piece in place then. Okay, so all I'm doing at the moment now is just setting myself up to turn this round now. So we've got Razor, T-Man and Brett in the stream so far. None of our other friends from across the pond. They've maybe got the times muddled up. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use my roughing gouge, which is still fairly sharp. So I rub the bevel with the tool until I get a cut. And like I said, I don't want to go too far because the blank, I don't want to lose any diameter off the blank. It's only just going to be big enough, hopefully. And worst comes to worst, I can always grab another piece of timber, but I'll just make sure we've got that straight with the bed. That probably needs to go around just a little touch, because I'm using that as my guide for keeping the blank parallel. We'll have a look and see how we're going. Still square yet, so we've got a bit to go. Yep, it's all good. We'll still go. Still need to take more off. So you can see how it's shaping up. I might put, I'll put camera 2 up there. just bear with me. So we'll close out of that and we'll bring this one up and we've got picture 3 there, we'll put cam 2 in the picture there. That way you can see it from a couple of different views. I have heard Grey Dog's name, his proper name, I have heard it from somewhere, and I was trying to think where, and I just can't remember, but I have heard of Grey Dog before by his real name, but I just can't think where I've heard it from, or who mentioned it, or what was the discussion. I'm not sure, but I just do remember speaking to somebody sometime, and it was obviously good, but yeah, just when I got the name, Now I think this blank's a little bit out of square too, because I've got, well, there's still a little flat there, it's nearly gone, but we've still got more here, so we'll keep going anyway, and if it ends up too small I'll just have to grab another blank. Almost there. Almost. Still one side's a little bit flat, that one's nearly gone, that one's gone completely. Anyway. Still a bit more. I don't know if it's going to end up smaller. Still got a little bit to go yet, so hopefully. So we've got rid of 3 of the flats, we've just got that one here to go now, and then we're round. Yep, still a tiny little bit. So we'll keep going. And that's almost gone. All right, I'm comfortable that's it now. Yeah, tiny little bit, but that'll come out of sand, and we're almost pretty much there. Right, let me just, we've got that all sorted. We'll put the subscribe up there on the bottom left, and we'll go back to the tube so I can see what's going on. So Amber won't be in, she's been hard at it, turning away. Good to hear, good to see. Yes, correct, Steve, yes, Steve Wozniak. Oh, good, right. So, let's think about what we're going to do here. Okay, so the handle's got to be fairly thick, so there's not going to be a lot of shape on this, being it's a small blank. But what I could possibly do would be to just let me grab a parting tool, because I don't have a parting tool here. Parting tool, where are you? Where are you? You can never find them when you're looking for them. No. It's got to be there. It'll be one of these ones. No. No. That's not a parting tool. That's not a parting tool. Oh well, not to worry. I might have to just grab my. I might just have to grab my good one. That's all right. That's all good. And I think that goes in that one. Yep. Okay. Okay. So I'm thinking I want to bring that in. So I'm using the skew because you get a beautiful finish off the skew. And I do have to go the other way because that grain I was cutting uphill there, you need to always cut downhill. want just a nice sharp detail there. That's that. Yeah, that's not bad. There. And I think what we'll do is we'll put some grips in this. So what I'll do is I'll measure them out actually. So I'm going to go every 15. And I'm going to put the parting tool in there. Actually, I might put my marks on first. It's not going to have a lot of shape to it, this, because it's a fairly small blank. I should have probably grabbed a bigger blank for this. I might end up putting a little bit more shape on this end. Which I think I will actually. Otherwise it's going to be a fairly bland looking handle. So it's probably a bit better. Oh why? Not going in there with that. What I need to do is I need the spindle gouge, that's what I need. So we'll just have to clean that up now. That. That's better. No worries, Brett, we'll catch up with you, mate. Right, now we'll take that back a little bit. Now I just need to put 15mm marks on for the rest of that. So we need a 15 to there. And then another 15 will take us to there, which is different to that end, but it doesn't matter. I need to be a bit better organised with my little projects in between. Very tactile feel in the hand, this one will. Okay. And I also want to round that a little bit more there, so that I'll get a bigger, might have to move that tool rest over a little bit. Just want to get right onto that. In actual fact, I'll probably need to lift it up a little bit. Make sure the chuck clears. That's probably about as much as I need, I think. Yep, we've got a nice shiny clean spot there now, and we'll end up parting that off just there. We'll clean up that end a little bit as well before we go too far. So we'll just check that now. Oh, drop my little bit there. There we go, look at that. Anyway, let's get that back out. Quiet stream tonight, fellas. Very quiet. Okay, so I think what I'll do there, I'll give that a little touch up, just on the end there. Not too fast. You ain't gonna really see much of that anyway, so I might as well clean that up, ready to take the metal component. And I'm also just going to tidy up those little sharp edges on these sections here. Right, and we'll put this back in. Just to centralise it again. And now we can go through and sand a fair bit of that up now. So we'll get the sandpaper over. We'll go the other way, just take the sharp edges off it, smoothen it up a little bit. Feels a little bit more smoother in the hand. It's fairly grippy in the hand with the slots in it. That's better. Oh, what's happening here with the, there we go. Must be my big ugly head again. And then what I'll do is I'll stop the lathe and I'll go that way with the grit as well. just a nice simple shape, but like I said, it feels grippy in the hand, but it's still smooth enough in the hand, so very tactile feel to it for a bottle opener. It's nice. Okay, so that's the first grit done. Let's do the next one, and I'll have to get a piece of this one out as well at some stage, wherever that's gone in the box. Oh, there we go, there it is. Oh. It's the only thing with this little box is that the sandpaper falls back inside sometimes, and it's an absolute pain in the bum to get it out. So let's see if I can get it through the little slot. I might have to open the box up. Give me 2 secs, guys. Two secs till we fix this little problem. That's it, done. Oh, now the other ones have fallen. Oh God. Let's fix this once and for all. There we go, that's better. Right, back to business. So we've done the first grit, we're into the second grit. And I wanted this end here to be a little bit thicker, because that's where the force is going to be on when you open the or take the bottle caps off, you know. So again, you've got to sort of think about some of those things, otherwise you make it too weak there, you've got to take the bottle cap off, it's just going to snap the handle. We're getting quite a nice finish there now. Turn it up. We'll just give the edges a touch up again. Is Grey Dog in the room, is he? Grey Dog in the house. Nothing special tonight, Grey Dog, if you're in here, mate. Just a little handle for a bottle opener. Okay, there's two. Right. Next grit. And I don't think, I put in the comments, the description for the video, I put in there that we may put some texture on it, but I'm not going to bother with texturing. I think there's a nice bit of colour in the grind, so I think we'll keep it like this. I think we'll just leave it nice and simple. That's 4. We'll get to the last one now. It is Grey Dog, bejesus, there you are, Grey Dog. I was on having a look at your little hobby section in the shaving cadre today, mate. You've made a lot of happy people, mate, and I think you've achieved what you said you wanted to achieve in there by putting a lot of smiles on faces. I think you've done that, mate. You've done a good job of it. So I'm doing nothing too flash and fancy tonight, mate. Just a little simple wooden handle with a little bit of finish on it for a little gold bottle opener. And that's shaping up okay. So we'll get a little bit of sanding sealer. I'm going to put sanding sealer on this. Let me get the sanding sealer. Hopefully it's not too gluggy. Okay. Ah, Samuel did make it in. Welcome back, Sam. Right, a little bit of sanding sealer. We're going to turn the lathe on slowly. Okay, we get a little bit down in the grooves there now, if we can. Just to seal it all up. That's not looking too bad. That helps seal up the grind. So this is a cellulose sanding sealer. So it's mixed with cellulose and thinners. So it's got a nice strong thinner smell to it. But it seals the grain up beautifully, as you'll probably see in the shot when I change back to that shot, the head shot, top down shot. I'll just get all the sanding sealer into all the grooves first on and get a nice even coat on the handle itself, and then we'll give it a light rub with some steel wool, and then we'll put a finish on it, and then we can part it off. I want to get it up into there as well, into there. And then we'll put a reasonable amount on here. And we'll just work that into the handle again. Make sure we get the whole handle covered. A nice even coat. Excellent, mate. You've done well, Grey Dog. The boys are. I've seen messages going backwards and forwards, and the boys are absolutely ecstatic with your brushes, mate. They're very pleased. So you've done a good job, mate. Good job. Now this is just a simple little bottle opener, this one. We might even give this away as a prize because I'm going to do some giveaways when we get the group going a little bit better. Not that it isn't at the moment. I enjoy you guys' company, so I don't want you to take that the wrong way. By no means. But once we get a few more people in and get subscribers up a bit, then we I might give some of these things that we've made on the streams away. And we're going to do a brush giveaway at some stage as well, so that might generate a little bit of interest. I'm just going to make sure we get that end grain at the bottle opener end nice and sealed. I mean, there's plenty sanding sealer on that now, and I'll just get that off my lathe before it dries, because once it dries it don't like to come off. Oh yeah, in the bin. That's coming up nice. I'm going to put a little bit more on it though, I think, and then we'll get a finish once we take this back with a little bit of 0000 steel wool. I think should do the job. Right, we'll put that back in the fridge. Now there's still a little bit of end grain in those little slots, so we might go them again as well, just to make sure we get it in there. So I'm really just trying to work that sanding sealer to make sure that all the end grain in those little grooves is properly sealed. Not that it's the kind of item you should be worried about that kind of thing, but I just like making sure that we've got plenty in there and it is properly sealed. And it helps when you put your finish on too, because it gives you a better finish. So if I go to camera 3, and we can zoom in a little bit there. Alright, I think that'll do, so I can put that back. I can put that back in the fridge. Get a little bit of 0000 steel wool. That just helps burnish it properly. So we'll cut a piece off. And we will need the epoxy in a little minute. So we'll grab that while we're here. Right, and just gently, I'm just going to burnish that in now with a bit of steel wool. And just smoothing the sanding sealer off. Make sure we get in the grooves as well. To be honest, I'm not 100% sure on the wood. It was given to me by a customer a long time ago. So I'm not 100% sure. Originally I thought it was a piece of Jarrah. It is quite hard, but I don't think it's Jarrah, to be honest. I think Jarrah would be a lot richer in colour. It does have nice colour in it. Then I thought it might have been Purple Heart that's not gone purple because it's, you know, not been in the right light. So I'm not 100% sure. But it is a nice little piece of timber. That's the trouble when you get given wood or when you pick wood up from other places if it's not identified. Some are really easy, you can identify them, no problems, and others are just a little bit harder. But that's a nice little piece of wood actually. And then the, you know, that's going to sit in there just nicely. And if I zoom that out, and we'll part it off back here so we get the same sort of look on that end and this end as what we've got that end. And we'll epoxy that in there. That's quite nice, and that should be strong enough for opening bottle tops. I'm going to take that out for now until we get the finish on this properly. So what I'm going to do with it now is I'm going to hit it with a product called Aussie Oil. And I probably will use a rag for this, or a part of a rag. So I'll cut a piece off. Because the Aussie oil likes to rip up the paper towel when it starts to dry off a bit. And this actually goes hard as well. It's a U-Butte product which is made here in Australia, down in Melbourne somewhere. They do make some nice product, but I only use a couple of the products, to be honest. This is like an oil, but it does put a finish on as well. And it's a longer lasting finish. It's not something that's here one day and gone the next. So Yeah, it gets very hard, grey dog, like I was saying before, you know, like, you know, customers used to, when I had the shop for the pen making business, and customers used to come in and they'd bring me in little bits of timber here and there, and, you know, trying to identify what they were was just incredible. And I mean, I don't know, it's probably the same over in the States, but there's so many of the same species, but they're all different, you know? And trying to know them all is just incredible. I mean, some guys are very good with the timbers. And obviously in some timbers you need to know, you know, if you've got a piece of bark or leaves or something off the tree, then, you know, some people can identify from that. But you just got a cut and dress piece of timber sometimes. It's just too darn hard to tell, you know. Okay, well that's got quite a nice finish on it now, as you can probably see in the picture there. So what I'm going to do now is just give it a little bit of more of a burnish in now at a slightly higher speed. So I'm just going to use the tailstock there just as a locker, so I can put a little bit more pressure on it. And I'm just going to now I don't like using rags near the lathe, but in some cases, like with this stuff, I just have to. But don't wrap it around your fingers or anything like that, so that if it does get caught, it gets ripped from your hand and not ripping your hand in. So is that usual in now too? Right, usual. So yeah, that's come up quite nice. I can see all the grain in there is now sealed, darkened down to the same as the handle, which is good. So I think we're ready to part that off now. Well, actually, I'll leave that in until we part it off. So we'll have a little bit of finishing to do on the bottom once I part it off, but it should be fairly minimal. And I just need to get the tool rest in a position where it's going to clear the chuck. Still a little bit too close there. That's better. Now I just need to get a right height for my parting tool. So I need to go down a fair bit. And this parting tool is one of my Thompson tools. And I think I'll bring that further back. It's only a small piece. Okay, so I'm going to go in there, and it's just going to have a fairly flat bottom on it, this piece, so and that's it. So I'll set that aside for now. Take that back out the way. Stop the lathe. Bring the tool rest out the way. And we can release that waste piece out of the chuck. Set that over there for now. We'll zoom that out again. You can see a little bit more. So that's me finished with that chuck now, so we can take that chuck off. Yeah, take that chuck off for now. And we'll stick it over there. Now, just bear with me until I get a little sanding pad. Where is that? Where is that now? I'm gonna have to go through and rearrange all these drawers again. I think it's about overdue. That's my hand sander. I'm looking for my, I do have a little, oh there it is. I do have a little one that I put in my Jacob's chuck in the headstock. So I can put that in there. And then I can put this little sanding pad in there. And I'll just go through some grits on that. So we'll start relatively coarse. Not that it really needs it, but I've got that little dimple in the middle that I want to take off. So we'll get rid of that. Oh, I think the pad's Velcro's had it. Yeah, it's had it. So we'll get rid of that one. That doesn't need another 60 grit. So we'll go to 120. See if this one's any better, whether it releases. So you can see all these little bits and pieces all help to make the job easier. I think it might have a little bit of torn grain in the middle, so I might not be able to get that completely out. We'll see how we go. Too bad. Still got that little bit of torn grain right in the middle, but I think it's when I parted it off, I think it was a little bit too deep, the piece that broke out. So we'll blow it out, we'll fill it with sanding sealer, give it a good coating of sanding sealer, and then we'll put a bit of finish on it. Well, we're getting there now. It's coming out now. Yeah, we've got it now. That's good. Okay, finished with that one. This is a handy little container, this one. I got that at, you know, a cheap $2 shop or something. And it's just all stackable. So I've got 60 grit, 120 grit, 180 grit, 240 grit and 400 grit. And it's all in a little stackable container with the labels off the packets that I get. So makes it nice and easy when you want to work out what grit you're on. And it's a handy place to store just these little discs. So otherwise you end up losing them, you know. That's lovely. And then what I'll actually do is with the last one, I'll give the edge, just around the edge of that shape on the end of the handle, we'll give that just a little touch by hand just to sweeten the edge in. And then we can just apply by hand a little bit of finish just to finish off the handle. And then we can apply the finish over the top. Put a little bit of sanding sealer on it again. And we just do that last little piece on the bottom by hand. It's typically enough to finish it off. I'll just grab that now and give it a little rub around the edge by hand, very lightly, just to take the sharp edge off. Yep, that's it. Just giving it a little, taking that sharp edge off the end of the handle. That's quite nice now, so that'll do that. So that's that done now. So we'll set them up there for now. And I'll put a little bit of sanding sealer on that as well, just so we keep the finish the same, and then we'll put a little bit of Aussie oil on it. So give this a bit of a shake up again. So a little bit of sanding sealer on she goes. Just make sure we rub it into the grind. So you'll see in a minute that we got rid of that little tear out in the centre when it parted off. It's actually quite nice on the bottom now. That'll be dry now, so we can put another little bit on. Just set that there. we go. That's that done. Put that back in the fridge, then we'll put a little bit of Aussie oil on it and we're all done. Give it a little rub with a little bit of steel wool again, just to varnish it up a bit. There we go. Now a little bit of Aussie oil. Don't need an awful lot because we're only doing the end, and that's more than enough. And that'll just help blend it in with the rest of the handle. And the Aussie oil actually buffs up quite nicely, but you've got to buff it up in the lathe when it's spinning. And just using paper towels, it buffs up quite nicely, but we're just going to have to buff it by hand. Because I've got no way of holding it now. Well, not properly anyway. Right, so that's that done now. That's that done. So now what we need to do is just pick up a little bit of, or mix up a little bit of epoxy. And we'll need to stick that down in that hole. And then we can let that set, and that'll be our bottle opener handle done and dusted. Okay, so I need to get something that I can push down in there. Probably, let me see what I've got over here. That skewer would have been ideal for that, but I've got a little cotton bud, that'll do. I can use a cotton bud. That'll get the epoxy down in there. Just take the wool off it on one end. Easier said than done. There we go. That'll do. Doesn't have to be anything too special, it's just to get the glue down in the hole so we make sure we've got good contact on the threads of the piece. So, yes, it's a company called U-Butte, and they make all different types of wood turning finishes for wood turners. Polishes and waxes and oils and shellacs, and they're well known throughout the world actually. Even in America there's a lot of U-Butte products over there. Been around for years and years, normally does all the woodworking shows here in Australia. So like I said, they've been around a long time. Right, we'll mix this up. And all I want to do is just get it inside the hole in the handle, because the actual bottle opener section will actually do the rest. And if you put too much in, what happens is the bottle opener part will want to push the glue out, and then you end up with a nice mess, but it's easy cleaned off with a little bit of methylated spirits. And I would say that would be enough for our bottle opener. And now we can insert the bottle opener. So I'll put you to camera 3 again for that now. So I've got my handle here, as you can see. We've got the hole in that end with the epoxy in it. And all I'm going to do now is just, you can hear the epoxy working through that thread. And just twisting, turning, twisting, turning. And now we'll let that set. And there we have one nice little bottle opener. You can see I've got that torn grain out the bottom, so I'm happy with that. Put a little hollow in the bottom, like I do with my shaving brushes. There's the timber grain. I don't know if the light's blowing the grain out on yous, or if you're actually able to see the grain. It's quite a rich colour. And there is a couple of darker lines in the grain that you can see. But anyway, what I'll do is I'll take a photograph of that in the light tent tonight, and I'll put a couple of pickies up on the Facebook page and the Instagram page, so that you can see just something a little bit different again tonight. It, like I said, it feels quite comfortable in the hand. It's nothing special as far as shape, but it's quite tactile, quite nice in the hand, lots of grip, and it's only taking bottle tops off, so it doesn't need to be anything too flashy. So there you go, guys, that's our bottle top for tonight, our bottle top opener. So a very quick stream tonight, fellas. Obviously we're going to have some shorter ones when we do stuff like this, and then we'll have some longer ones when we're doing brushes and stuff. So yeah, but it just gives you guys a little bit of variety. I don't want you, you know, unless you really want shaving brushes every stream, and then I can quite happily oblige in that. But I just thought you would like to see something just a little bit different every now and again, rather as you know, shaving brushes stream after stream after stream. Get rid of my little glue board now. We've got the subscribe button in there, but I think it's all our regulars again tonight, so I don't think there's any need to push that anybody new in the stream to subscribe. Ryan, how are you, buddy? Nice pics with the landing crafts, by the way. Okay, and we are going to do another pen. I think we might do another pen, or a nice pen set or something at some stage as well. So we'll take that as it comes. Like I said, I took a heap of photographs today of all the blanks that we've done in the last 2 or 3 weeks. So each one of them will be getting turned, and if they don't get claimed on the stream by someone, or you know, from the pictures on Facebook and Instagram, then basically they'll go into my website, because it's been a while since I put any new ones up on the website. I've still got about 8 sitting on my bench, I think, inside, my desk inside, waiting to be photographed and dimensioned and then put up on the website. So I'll probably get them done along with some of these new ones, and that'll put a few brushes back up on the site, because the site's looking a little bit sparse at the moment because most of them have sold. Anyway, guys, look, once again, thank you all for dropping in. Thank you very much, Grey Bun, for looking after the gents with their nice wooden shaving brushes, and you being such a gentleman and obliging with that. And yeah, to the rest of the guys, thank you for coming in. Thank you for your support. And I think we'll shut the shed door down now. And we'll see you on, what night is this? Tuesday. So we'll see you on Thursday night again. So at the same time, so I'm doing it at 6 o'clock my time, which should be, I don't know, it depends where you are, 7 o'clock or so your time. The guys that are on daylight saving, you're an hour in front of us in some cases. So yeah, 6 o'clock Queensland time, and I've noted that on the welcome screen at the start of the video, and I've also noted it on the end screen at the end of the videos as well. And that's the new time, and I've noted there Queensland, Australian Eastern Standard Time, just to try and save any confusion on that. I know it is confusing, it's ridiculous really that it's not across the board. We're all one country, we should all be on the... I guess there is reasons, some reasons for it, but some of the silly reasons are just beyond me. But anyway, let's not go there. I'm going to shut the shed door down. You guys all take care, stay safe, take care, don't do nothing I wouldn't do. And until Thursday night, stay safe. We'll see you again, eh? Cheers, guys. Good night.